Hello everybody, this is Unit 1, Day 9, okay? Part 2 of adding and subtracting rational expressions, okay? So, let's get started here, all right? So let's take a look at number 1. Number 1 looks a little bigger than what we've seen before, okay? First thing you want to do is you want to factor anywhere you can, especially in the denominator, okay? So I take a look at this guy here, all right? I see a negative 8, negative 1 and 8, negative 2 and 4, okay? Which one of those can I get a 2 out of? Negative 2 and 4, okay? So down below here, we're going to have x minus 2, x plus 4. Then minus 6 over x plus 4. And now the reason why I factored that below, because now it makes it a little more obvious on what it is I need to use for that common denominator. Okay, so in this case, we're going to have to multiply both sides by x minus 2. And by doing so, we get 5x minus 1. Okay, I didn't do anything to the left one because I liked its denominator. I liked where it was going. All right, so over here, I'm going to 6x minus 2 over x plus 4, x minus 2. Okay, I'm going to distribute that 6. So I'm going to 6x minus 12. Whoops. Okay, notice I didn't distribute that negative sign yet. Okay, I just distributed the 6. But then I brought the rest of it over. Okay, hopefully I didn't jump too quick there. All right, so I distributed the 6, and then I put that subtraction sign in front of it. All right, so I haven't distributed that negative sign yet. Okay. X minus 2, x plus 4. All right, let's distribute that negative sign. So we get 5x minus 1 minus 6x plus 12. Finally, let's combine like terms. We get a negative x plus 11 all over x minus 2, x plus 4. There's our answer. Okay. How many example problems is there? 5? Perfect. Let's go. Okay. Example 2. All right, so in this one, it looks kind of funky, all right? And if you notice, these two things are kind of opposite here, okay? So unfortunately, the only nice thing we can do in order to come up with a common denominator is multiply both the top and the bottom by whatever the other side is missing. Okay, so our common denominator has to be these two things being multiplied together. There's no other option. Okay? Now, whoops. Let's figure out what I need to multiply over here. So over here, I multiplied by a 6 minus 2x. So I'm going to multiply over here 6 minus 2x. Over here, I'm going to multiply by a 2x minus 6. 2x minus 6. All right, so now I got 3x times 6 minus 2x. Over here on this side, I got 9 times 2x minus 6. Whew, all right. Rocking and rolling. So let's distribute here. So I got 3 times 6 is 18. 18x minus 6x squared plus 18x minus 54. Finally, combine like terms. So we get a negative 6x squared plus 36 minus 54 all over 2x minus 6, 6 minus 2x. Now I'm curious, I wonder if this thing is factorable. If I factor out a negative 6, I'm left with a positive x squared minus 6. Oh, I'm sorry, that's supposed to be an x there. Whoops. Knew I was missing something. 36x. Okay, plus 9. And as I look at that, I don't think... Oh, we can. It is factorable. Oh, boy. This is the problem that never ends. All right, so let's think about this. Whoops, and I keep forgetting that x in the middle. Minus 6x. Okay. So, think about the factors of 9, right? 1 and 9, 3 and 3. Okay, but how can I get a negative 6 out of any of those numbers? Well, if I make both the 3's negative, what happens here then is when I multiply these two, I get a positive 9, but when I add them, I get a negative 6. So, I get, it's going to be x minus 3, all over. And that, my friends, is our simplified answer. Leave it there just for a second. Okay. Let's look at number 3. Okay, so number 3 kind of stinks. Okay, the only nice common denominator we can come up with, all right, is we're going to have to multiply all 3 of these things together. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm going to write it down below here because I know I'm not going to have any room. So I write big. All right, this is a plus sign. This is a minus sign. Okay, so we're going to have to multiply all 3 of these things together. So it's going to be x plus 1, 2x minus 3. x plus 1, 2x minus 3. And then x plus 1, 2x minus 3. All right, so I'm going to have to multiply this piece by x, 2x minus 3. So it's going to be 4x times x. Okay, and I'll simplify that later. All right, over here I got 5. That's going to be times x plus 1. And then finally over here, all right, I'm missing all sorts of goodies. So 4 is going to get multiplied by x plus 1 and 2x minus 3. Okay, bunch of nasties there. Oh man, that looks exciting. All right, so I'm going to simplify this over here. So I'm going to go 4x squared, just taking it piece by piece. Okay, over here I'm got a 5x times x plus 1. And over here I'm going to distribute that 4. So I get a 4x plus 4, all times 2x minus 3. Okay, and now I'm going to have to redistribute again. So I'm going to have a 8x cubed minus 12x squared. Okay, over here I'm going to have a 5x squared plus 5x. And then minus, over here I'm going to have to multiply this out. All right, so I'm just going to do it off to the side here. So it's going to be 4x squared. Whoops. 4x times negative 3 will give me a negative 12x. 4 times 2x will give me a positive 8x. And 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. I'm going to combine like terms. And so I get a 4x squared minus 4x minus 12. Okay, finally. All right, let's start putting some things together. So let's see, everything can be added and subtracted. Just remember, all right, I'm going to actually change this to a plus. I'm going to change all the signs here. Okay, that way I can just add them as is. All right, all I did was just distribute that negative sign. So let me go back. Okay, so you got a picture. All right, here's our expression, and I'm distributing that negative sign. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm changing all the signs in here from positive to negative, or negative to positive. So that becomes negative plus plus. Okay, so finally, let's add some stuff together. Now, x cubed can't go with anything, so that's going to stay by itself. All right, so let me just kind of cross some things out as I go. All right, let's look for some x squareds. I see a negative x, or negative 12x squared, a 5x squared, and a negative 4x squared. All right, so negative 4 and negative 12 will give me a negative 16x. Okay, plus 5x will give, or 5x squared will give me a a negative, okay, 11x squared. So those guys are gone. All right, I'm going to add the 5x's, or all the just single x's together. So 5x plus 4x will give me a 9x. And then finally, okay, I just put the 12 at the end. All right, and then finally, x plus 1, 2x minus 3. Okay, so fortunately I see 4 terms. I wonder if this can be simplified. All right, so I'm going to take out an x squared. I don't think so, because we're going to have a 8x. Yeah, okay, so that's no good. All right, so we're factored. All right, I see 4 terms, but I can't do anything with it. And so therefore, there's our answer. Boy, that was only example 3. Gosh. Okay. Move this over here. Let's look at example 4. Okay, example 4. All right, before I do anything, I'm going to distribute this negative sign. Okay, so I'm going to have a 3 over y plus 2 plus y plus, or negative y, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not going to do it that way. Let's start with just putting a 1 over there, right? Let's just do it this way. Y plus 2 minus y minus 5 over 1. Okay? So first thing we need, common denominator, and multiply the top and the bottom by y plus 2. Okay? By doing so, we get 3 over y plus 2 on the left. Over here I'm going to have y minus 5 times y plus 2 all over y plus 2. All right, let's multiply this guy out here. So we're going to have 3 for y plus 2 minus y squared. So it's going to be y squared plus 2y minus 5y minus 10. Okay, so it's going to be y squared minus 3y minus 10 all over y plus 2. Okay, now I'm going to distribute that negative sign here, so I change this to a plus. I change all the other signs to either a plus or minus. Okay, again, I'm just distributing that negative sign, and so now I can just put things together. So I got a negative y squared plus 3y plus 13 all over y plus 2. Okay, and finally, let's look at this last one here. Looks like it's going to be gross. All right, I'm going to factor this guy. So I'm looking at the factors of 16. 1 is 16, 2 and 8, 4 and 4. Okay, it's got to be 4 and 4 because they're all addition there. and we're just adding the factors. So our factors are going to be x plus 4, x plus 4. Then unfortunately, on the right, if you haven't noticed yet, that is a difference of 2 squares, so it's x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay, and now let's figure out what we need to multiply here. So we're going to need another one of these x plus 4s in here, because I only have 2 over here, and I don't have an x minus 4. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, keep one of those x plus 4s. Actually, keeping both of them. I'm going to multiply this side by x minus 1. Okay, then over here, our common denominator again is x plus 4, x plus 4, x minus, not 1, sorry, 4, hello, okay, x minus 4, all right. And so what we were missing over here was another x plus 4, so I got to multiply the top and the bottom by an x plus 4. Okay, finally, let's do some multiplications here. Okay, so I'm going to have to multiply this guy here. So it's going to be 2x squared. It's going to be a negative, so 2x squared, negative 8x, positive 1x, minus 4. All right, so negative 1, or negative 8x and a positive 1x will give me a whoops, not positive, a negative 7x minus 4. Minus, distribute that 3. So it's going to be 3x plus 4. Okay, and now we're ready to combine like terms. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to distribute this negative sign. So I'm going to change all the signs in here. So I change this to a plus, and I change everything to a minus. All right, and now let's put some things together. 2x squared minus 10x, and a negative 4 and negative 4 is a negative 8 all over all right, let's take out a GCF here. So x squared minus 5x minus 8 and so now, there is our final answer. So if we look at the factors of 8, negative 8, so we got negative 1 and 8, negative 2 and 4. Okay, we cannot get a 5 out of that, so therefore, this thing is already factored, and there is our final answer. Okay, so that concludes this lesson. Make sure to bring questions to class, and I want you guys to try all the homework problems. So try all homework problems. Okay, there's only 6. Okay, good luck, you guys.